Yeah, thank God for the opportunity to be able to play teams like Ohio, a team that's projected to win their conference. We played between exhibitions and regular season 5 different styles, which is really good for us because it's definitely challenging us to understand what we have to do, different game plans, and really proud of the guys for being able to switch game plans on these 5 games and be able to play at a high level.
A lot to like about tonight's game. What did you like the most?
Well, first of all, I like that we won because this, I know Ohio is a well-oiled machine offensively, and they're really smart. And to get a win on this level is definitely a blessing. The other thing I like is that, when the chips are down, we just fight harder. We don't come out punching, but when we get down and things look a little bleak, we could turn it on at any given time and push away. And I definitely like that. And I love the way we shot the ball tonight. That's a coach's dream to be able to shoot the ball like that.
I mean, the three-point shooting in the preseason, the struggle was real. But these first 3 games, it's like night and day. How do you do you not even try to explain it?
It's hard to explain because we work so hard on shooting. Most of our practice is working on shooting. After practice, the guys work on their own shooting. At night, they come back, work on their shooting. So this is definitely a product of the hard work that we put in as a group and as individuals, and it's paying off. I don't know what happened in those 2 exhibition games, but I'm happy to have it this way.
Hey, Coach, in the first 4 games, the 2 exhibitions and the 2 preseason, you were down first half and came back. This game, you was actually up. So how do you coach them different by being up versus having to struggle to come back? How does that different style work?
Yeah, it's very different because you have a new team. You haven't been in a real battle with them yet. You played the 2 exhibition games, definitely helped us. But tonight, we were up 18-4, and I said, let's bury them, and then they made a run. It just takes everybody to do the right thing every single second on the floor for that to work. And then you have to match the energy. You have to have high energy in doing so. If you don't do that, then the team can get hot. I mean, these guys are Division I college players, and they did. They got hot.
Coach, you mentioned on Thursday that PJ and Tyrese haven't been out of practice at all this week because of injuries. What does it say about them that they come out tonight and are the leading scorers for the team? Yeah, it just says a lot about their God-given talent that they could not practice all week and then come out and have monster games. Tyrese's best game by far. PJ that's just what he does on a nightly basis, just so gifted. But great to see Tyrese reap the benefits of his hard work that he's been putting in as well.
Back here, Coach. Your DNA throughout your time as coach at the University of Memphis has been defense. This year, it seems like what's unique about this team is that when things kind of go badly for your team in the middle of a game, that they tend to press more into the defensive side of the ball instead of the pressing on the offensive side. Is that something that you can coach, or is that just in a player, in a team, the culture of a team? What does that look like?
Well, in today's age, you have to coach it because no one really plays the style that we play. And these young men have come from so many different walks of life, and they've never seen this. So I have to coach it. So we coach it defense more than we coach offense in practice. And we know that you're going to win championships. If you're going to win championships, it's going to start on the defensive end, and we want our defense to start our offense. And then offensively, we're so gifted that we can make things happen, calling different little quick hitters. But defensively, you have to be so solid. And that's the difference between this year's team and last year's team. I had no defenses in around this time last year, except for man-to-man. Right now, we already have 5 defenses in, 1 zone and four different presses. So that lets you know where our mindset is.
With Tyrese's second half performance, it really felt like, he was the closer tonight. While, it's been PJ throughout the first couple of games. Was tonight his coming out party, if you will?
I hope so because, he's been in the Big 12 his entire career, and this is what he's done his entire career. And again, him trying to figure out how to play with Kobe and PJ probably has had him a little hesitant. But to see what I saw tonight is what I'm used to seeing from Tyrese Hunter. So I'm praying that this is his coming out party.
I mean, how big of a moment was it for him to be able to make this performance happen after Ohio comes out mid first half, hits this 7 threes and gets back into the game?
Yeah, you can tell that it was one of those moments where he was like, finally, because he's been really working to get one of these games in. And to have that happen tonight and to do it as efficiently as he did and almost effortlessly as he did, it's just, for me, I was so happy for him because he's needed to see that ball go in for him to understand. Defensively, he's one of the best defensive guards in the country. But to see him make shots tonight was great.
Coach, 19 assists on 32 made buckets. What do you think of just the ball movement in the half-court offense?
Yeah, being a point guard, making others better is what it's all about. And you got to share the basketball. The ball has to hum. It has to move. And when the guys do that, it just makes it harder to guard us, especially when we're knocking down shots. It makes a team have to really plan differently against us because they can't just shrink the court. And, when we keep preaching to the guys to move the basketball, and they're doing a great job of that.
Hey, Penny, the first couple of games, first half, the offense was like rickety. But today it seems like it's getting a smoother flow. How close is it to getting to where you want to be smooth for 40?
I think that's just a rhythm that the guys have to get in the beginning of the game because we don't know if teams are going to try to play us physically and bump us off all our routes, switch everything to try to take things away. And once we start feeling that out, when you have a team that's been together, you start getting a lot of back doors. Right now, we're still trying to fight to get the basketball. But lets us know that we're not ready for that level yet. So it takes us a minute to get accustomed to what teams are doing. And once we figure it out, then we can start doing those things to help us score easier. And that's what's been happening at the beginning of the games.
Penny, you mentioned after the UNLV win that kind of the need to play the reserves more. What were your thoughts on what you got from those guys, Baraka, Jared Harris, and PJ Carter today in this game?
Yeah, those guys, we're relying on those guys so hard. It's not fair to them because they're not playing consistent minutes. They're in and out. But that's just what comes along with the job right now. PJ came in right away, made a big three. Baraka's energy is massive. And Jared, he's just trying to figure it out as a freshman. But he's going to always play hard. He's always going to give you what he has. So at the end of the day, we got to figure out in practice how to work those guys in more because we can't keep playing these guys large minutes if we're going to be successful with the style that we're playing.
A couple questions. Dink Yates. What'd you think about 5 points, 2 rebounds in 3 minutes?
Yeah, Dink earned more minutes tonight. He's always worked hard. The care factor is there, and he can play. We've been trying to give these other guys an opportunity to get a rhythm, and all he does is come to practice every day and work his butt off. And we're trying to get him up to speed, and he's talked about trying to get rid of bad habits. But one thing he can do is shoot. He can defend, and he can rebound. And showing that tonight, he'll definitely get more minutes. He's confident. We talk to him all the time, show him film, and keep his confidence high. And he understood what was going on with the rotations. And when he got his moment, he was ready for his moment. So that earned him more minutes.
And is there any part of you on a night like tonight that just says we did exactly what we were supposed to do? No disrespect to anybody, but this is what we were supposed to do, and we did it.
Yeah, obviously, when you're playing a team that you're supposed to beat, you got to beat them. You can't lose games at home with the team that you're supposed to beat. And again, that's no disrespect to Ohio. And it's definitely satisfying and gratifying that you can come into a game and lead from start to finish and win a game outright instead of always struggling to win the game. And that's what good teams have to do.